Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lauren Lewis. I'm a CACRAO volunteer. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North Carolina and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolina Association of College Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. So we're going to go through a few housekeeping announcements before we turn it over to our lovely presenters. You can use the Q&A feature on your screen to type in to our presenters at any time during the presentation. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so our presenters cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different webinars happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO, CACRAO.org. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week, again, at that same website, CACRAO.org, CACRAO.org. Now, I'd like to turn it over to our lovely presenters.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shanetta Millette, and I serve as the transfer dual admissions coordinator here at Winston-Salem State University.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Reginald Jones. I'm the admissions counselor for undergraduate admissions here at Winston-Salem State University.
All right, so we're going to begin with a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and then we will lead into the question and answers session afterwards. So if you have any questions that you don't want to lose while we're doing the presentation, please submit those into the chat box and we will get to those at a later time.
Awesome. So welcome to this presentation. Again, we're going to just give a brief overview of how to apply, also some updates about our university, and also facts about our campus as well. So these are just points of pride. We were established in 1892. Our enrollment currently is around an estimate of 5,000 students. So our student ratio is 16:1. As you can see, our motto is instant to learn and to partner to serve. One fact, we were #1 in the UNC system for graduates receiving jobs in North Carolina after graduation, especially within our business administration department. And we also, for 4 HBCU Digest Awards in the past 2 years. In 2018, Best Social Work Program and Best Nursing Program. Also in 2019, Best Social Work Program, and then also Best Fine Arts Program for Days Gallery. So this will be a quick video. It gives you a virtual tour just of our campus, so you'll see things that are happening on campus, also to give you some facts about majors and minors that we also have here on campus.
Welcome to Winston-Salem State University. You will discover our warm, diverse community that feels like home. The WSSU motto is Enter to Learn, Depart to Serve. We prepare you to be a leader in your profession and your community. WSSU's liberal education will transform your life. Faculty, staff, and other students help you to achieve success. Perform research side by side with professors. Grapple with complex problems such as health equity and social justice. Work to make the community and the world a better place. WSSU has top-rated programs in nursing, physical therapy, and healthcare management. We offer majors in psychology, business administration, exercise science, and communications. No matter your interest, we have programs that prepare you to succeed. There's no limit to what you can achieve. We build your confidence and leadership skills. WSSU prepares you to do more than earn a living. We give you the tools to carve out an interesting and exciting future. Participate in Greek life, clubs, and student organizations, our Grammy-nominated choir, the Red Sea of Sound Marching Band, and our CIAA winning championship teams are a few ways to get involved. Kick back and relax in our Zen Zone hammocks, or hang out with friends in the DJR Student Center game room. WSSU is committed to a rich academic environment and a welcoming campus. You will form lifelong friendships and prepare yourself to make a positive impact on the world.
care of business. So we're going to get into our requirements that you're going to need in order for when you do apply. So things that we're looking for in order to be admitted into WSSU. So as you can see, our GPA is a 2.8. That is not our minimum GPA. Our minimum GPA is a 2.5. So the 2.8 is an average GPA that we're looking for as far as our freshmen coming in. Because we are, as you can see, weighting SAT and ACT test scores for the fall 2021 and also spring 2022. And you also can see there for the coursework, the 4 units of English, 4 units of math. What I like to explain about the math is your fourth math has to be anything higher than Algebra 2. And also you need 2 units of foreign language. So they need to be consecutive foreign languages. So Spanish 1, Spanish 2, French 1 or French 2. We will not accept the French 1 and Spanish 1 as 2 units of foreign language. And then we'll need 2 units of social sciences. So one of those social sciences has to be a U.S. history or an American history. Your other social sciences can be any other social sciences that you have taken throughout your 4 years. But we just need at least a U.S. history or an American history. The 3 units of science, one has to be a biology, one has to be a physical science, and the third science can be any third science of your choice. So that's earth environmental science, chemistry, psychology is also a science that will be considered as well. So RDS for all North Carolina students, this is very important for you. You'll need to fill out this information online so that we can get this number when you apply. We'll ask for your RDS number so that we know that you are an in-state student. Out-of-state students will not need to do this, just our in-state students, so that we know that you are considered a North Carolina student, so that you'll be charged in-state tuition.
All right, so just to go into some of our academic offerings at Winston-Salem State University, we offer more than 40 bachelor programs, 9 master programs, 2 professional doctoral programs, which consist of physical therapy and nursing, and 2 certificate programs. So as far as like your top degrees, I know we get a lot of questions of what are your best majors at WSSU? They're all wonderful majors, but these are some of our top: nursing, social work, business administration, sports science, along with exercise science, which will be a great track to follow if you're looking to go into physical therapy. Also education and biology, which we also have pre-tracks for pre-med and pre-dental. So just getting into more of the business side for WSSU, the tuition and fees estimated bill for per year looks at about $18,347 for in-state and $28,594 for out-of-state. But what I want you to pay attention to is the optional choice for the health insurance fee. We will waive that fee as long as you have insurance coverage either from your parents or some other source, so that can be taken away from your bill, as well as the meal plan for our freshmen. You all are all required to get the all access plan, so that $200 declining balance can be used at any of our other eateries on campus, such as Chick-fil-A or Subway. So that gives you an opportunity to eat outside the caf if you're looking to eat elsewhere on campus. All right, so life of a REM. Now that we have the business part and that portion over with, this is just a nice and fun photo from last year's homecoming. Due to COVID this year, we will not have this much fun at this homecoming because we're not having one or hosting one this year. But hopefully in 2021, by the time you all are geared up and ready to come here, this is an opportunity for you to see what it looks like to be a REM once you get on our campus. All right, so some of the student activities and engagements that we offer, we have over 100 plus student organizations. And let's say out of all of those that we do offer, we do not have the one that you're looking for. You can start your own. If you have about 3 or 5 students or friends, colleagues that have the same interest, you all share the same interest, you can take that to the correct board and apply and see if we can make that happen for you on our campus and start your own organization. So that's an opportunity for you not only to network, but also build your own platform while you're here on campus, because you want to stay engaged all 4 years when you get here. So just keep that in mind. For those who are interested in SGA, which is also known as Student Government Association, we do have the Royal Court, such as Mr. and Miss WSSU, Mr. and Miss Freshman, Sophomore, Junior, so on and so on. So there are wonderful opportunities that you can, it gives you an opportunity to be the face for WSSU and travel to different institutions within our conference, which is the CIAA, which we'll get into later on when we go over athletics. But this is just an insight of some of the opportunities we have for SGA. As far as fraternity and sorority and Greek organizations, we have 16 Greek organizations total. We do house the Divine Nine, but unfortunately at this time we do not have Delta Sigma Theta on our campus. They are inactive at the moment, but still, just if this is something that you're interested in, be mindful as soon as you get on campus of how you kind of brand yourself and how you network, because people are always looking, and so it's a great opportunity to further yourself within WSSU and even afterwards as far as making lifelong bonds and things of that nature. So if this is something that you're looking to do your research. All right, so as I said before, with athletics, our conference is the CIAA. We are Division II for those who are interested in sports. As far as our mascot, we are the Rams. The sports that we offer at Winston-Salem State University are football, basketball for both men and women, cheerleading is a co-ed sport, as well as cross country. For track and field, it is for women only, softball, of course, for women, and tennis for women, as well as volleyball. So these are the sports that we have to offer. If you're interested, you can always ask us more questions about that once we get to the question and answer portion of this presentation, and we'll be more than happy to show you the link to get into the athletics portion of our website, so you can actually fill out a prospect form if you're interested. All right, so just some of the few things to do on our campus and even off. As mentioned earlier, we did win the HBCU Digest Award for the Diggs Art Gallery. So if art is something that you're into, if it's not necessarily your major, this is an opportunity to enhance your hobby and put have an opportunity to place your artwork into, excuse that lighting, into our gallery. And we have several exhibits that we have several times a year. So that's also an opportunity for you to, again, just engage with your classmates, as well as some of the exhibits that we have on our campus. Downtown Winston-Salem, we're not far at all. So that gives you an opportunity to go downtown, enjoy yourself. We house two other colleges in Winston-Salem, Salem College, as well as Wake Forest. So a lot of college kids do tend to go downtown for just fun and just give you an opportunity to just relax and kick back. We also have DJR, which is the Donald Julia Reeves Student Center, and we house the gymnasium in there. It's a 3-floor gymnasium. We have tons of exercise equipment. We offer dance, yoga classes, as well as physical training. So for my exercise science or physical therapy, students who are looking to go towards that, this gives you an opportunity to really do hands-on engagement with your career path, as well as the Chick-fil-A and Subway that I mentioned that is also housed in the Student Center, as well as a game room. And hopefully these things will open back up once COVID goes away and the world opens back up. So just keep things in mind that you can do on campus if you are looking to come to WSSU. So at this time, we're just coming to the end of our presentation. If you're looking to stay in touch with us and want to reach out to us, these are all of our social media platforms that we have. You can follow us and we will follow you back, or if you're looking to see how we're engaging with our students on a daily basis, this is a great opportunity to see how that looks. And again, our motto is enter to learn and depart to serve. So if anyone have any questions, this is the opportunity to bring those to our attention, and I will go ahead and stop sharing our screen. And I think we have one up there already. All right, what level does your marching band compete at? That is a great question.
I think the only, I do believe as far as the band, the only thing they compete in is the HBCU Battle of the Band. But as far as competition, I don't think they're a competing marching band. But they do participate in Battle of the Bands that normally comes up every year.
I believe it's usually housed in Atlanta. And if you're interested in band as well, you can actually go on our website and fill out a prospect form if you would like. And that will give you an opportunity to reach out to the correct departments to look for further information. And we have a couple more questions in here. I want to know more about the cheer team.
So for students that are interested in being a part of the cheerleading team, in order to apply, or not apply, excuse me, try out, tryouts they normally happen in the spring, but you have to be admitted in order to try out. They aren't a competition team either, but they do participate in the CIAA competition for the cheerleaders.
All right, another question is, are y'all ready for WSSU cheer battle? Another cheerleading question.
I think that everyone, because of our cheerleading team, how great they are, they're known for their Stomp and Shake. That's what they created. And then also just helping other high schools prepare to be a part of the cheerleading team, or just, teach them what they know as far as that spectrum of cheerleading. I think a lot of us are ready to see our cheerleading team perform because it's been a long time. We haven't participated in football games this year, so we haven't seen them perform this year. So a lot of people are anticipating seeing the cheerleading team soon.
And hopefully you can be one of those next year. All right, so another question. We have, are meal plans required for those staying off campus freshman year? So we actually have two answers to that question. So you have to we require our freshmen to stay on campus unless you stay, I believe it's within a 25-mile radius, and then you can drive and commute to campus. But other than that, all of our freshmen are required to stay on campus. I know due to COVID, we didn't make a lot of adjustments, but looking forward as we proceed, I think we're going to go back to our standards, which will require you to stay on campus. And so to double back on that other part of the question, we do require you to have the all access plan. But if you are staying off campus, that would be up to you and the dining services of WSSU and how we will recreate or create a plan for you. All right, another question. They're coming in. Are IBSO credits giving credits?
I think, are you asking, are your IB credits going to be transferred? Unless they are a college course, those are the only credits that will actually transfer over. So if you're taking credits that are from a community college local, or even from a four-year university, but you're just doing courses there just to have courses to transfer, those courses will transfer over as far as college credit. But if there's just the IB program, they won't transfer as a college credit.
Great questions. All right, so are there any dual classes for nursing or pre-med? I can answer that question. If you are local, you can actually attend Forsyth Tech Community College, and you can join the ribbon program that we have joined with them, where you'll take your courses, your associate degree or your general education courses at Forsyth Tech and come out with an associate's degree, and then you can transfer to Winston-Salem State seamlessly. And of course, you still have to apply for the nursing program, but that will at least gear you up to be set up for the nursing program as far as your requirements and things of that nature. We also do offer a dual admissions program if you're looking to get your associate's degree first, depending on maybe you're trying to pace yourself or you're not quite ready to come to school. This will give you an opportunity to engage in that, and I can provide more information at a later time because I am the coordinator of that position. So if that's something you're looking to do, you can contact me at a later time. Great questions again, guys. Does the band give any scholarships? We actually do have band scholarships. You want to elaborate?
Yeah, so the band, they do give out scholarships. In order to get those scholarships, you will have to try out. So he will conduct tryouts for students, and then some of them will be on campus, some of them will be local to the area, because I do know when we do, when we participate in Alfred Street, normally they'll have tryouts during that weekend so that you can receive a band scholarship. Some scholarships, they do fluctuate. So they could be close to a full ride, or they could just be a partial scholarship. But I'm not sure how they're going to be doing it for the upcoming years as far as how much funding you'll get as far as in that scholarship.
Well, we all know any funding that's available is a benefit because it can at least pay for one book. When is the early action deadline? So for our institution, we actually do not have an early action. We will begin distributing letters on December the 1st. So you don't have to commit to us, but if you want to go ahead and complete your full process so you can see what you're awarded financially or through our financial aid services, so you can make a better decision if that's something that you're looking into. But as far as an early action, we do not have that, not opportunity, but opportunity or selection for you as far as our early action.
And I also can add on to it so that when you accept the offer, so that you see what your financial aid award letter is going to look like, it's not a binding acceptance. So once you accept that offer, that does not make you committed to coming to WSSU. That's just so you can see what package is available for you as far as funding. So
complete those for sure. All right. I want to know about the nursing program. So that is a very vague question, but I can elaborate more on our nursing program. And of course, Mr. Jones can also elaborate if I missed something. It is a two-part application process. Of course, you'll get into the institution first, and then you will have to complete some prereqs. And depending on what your, I believe, is it any scores involved, SAT or ACT? So
yeah, it is SATs and ACT scores that are involved. They only check the reading portion of the score though. So they're not looking for your full SAT or ACT test score, but they're looking for your reading. So I think reading last year, you had to have a 520. And then on the ACT of that portion of the reading, I think you had to have at least a 17 or 18. With us waiving test scores this year, I'm not sure how the following nursing program as far as getting requirements, because I know that they did just start allowing testing for SATs, but again, not sure going forward what their requirements is going to be to get into the nursing program for the students that'll get admitted spring 2021.
And again, with that, as far as your freshman year, even if you choose the program as nursing, that does not put you directly into the nursing program. So take full advantage of the time you have now. If testing does become available, like Mr. Jones said, take advantage of that reading portion, as well as the courses and prereqs. That's what you'll be preparing for your freshman and some of your sophomore semester. So it's not guaranteed to get into the nursing program, but as soon as you hit the campus, hit the ground running, and make sure that you are keeping your grades up at all times. Because that'll give you a better benefit to get into the program. All right. I want to know, I already answered that. Do y'all super score? Yes, we do super score the SAT only. We do not super score the ACT. So super score just means if you've taken multiple SAT tests and let's say that you received a higher math score on the first time than the second time or so on, we'll just take the higher score out of all of those that we receive from you, and then we'll give you the best average that we can from those scores. So that's basically what a super score is. So the more you take it, the better it'll be for you. Great questions. Do you have any music production majors or classes?
We have a music minor. It's not a full major. Some students major in we also have music production that is a major, but music just as itself in general is a minor, but we do have music production. We also have a studio on campus that's located in the library, available for students to use. It's soundproof, so a lot of students do take advantage of that in our library. So that's something you're interested in. If you decide to do the music production program, you'll be able to use that studio on campus.
All right. What is the best GPA to get good scholarships? So as of now, with this semester, due to COVID, we did not award any scholarships, and we only had the one which was a Chancellor Scholarship. And again, this year for the fall 2021 class, we will not be awarding any scholarships. So to answer that question, it's just not applicable at the time. But once you get on our campus, there may be opportunities for you to receive scholarships within your program, or you can always bring some outsourced scholarships with you, and we'll be more than happy to apply that to your bill as far as awarded money.
I can add on as far as when you get on campus, if you aren't given the scholarship as an incoming freshman, the Simon Green's Atkins Scholar Society. If you guys are interested in being a part of the honors program, students that get the merit-based scholarship, that's how they get into the honors program, and the honors program provides scholarships as well. So as a continuing student, once you've been here as a freshman, you'll be a continuing student. Your GPA just has to be a 3.5, and you have to obtain at least 15 credit hours to apply to be a part of the program. In order to stay in the program, you have to have at least a GPA of 3.3. And then I think 12 hours of community service as well. I think it's the minimum.
Awesome information. And we also have an honors dorm as well. So I'm pretty sure all those stipulations will apply to that as well. Can I please get your contact information? I'm really interested. Okay, so I will provide, let's see, I will type the answer to you if you want to read the next one. Reggie.
Okay. I want to know about the women's basketball team. So we are in Division II, CLAA. Our women's basketball team, I'm not sure how our sports are going to be working for the spring, well, the fall and the spring, because basketball season will start in the fall. So that way you could do the prospect information so that our coach can send you more information about the program just to kind of see where they'll be moving forward. I do know that they did win CIAA championship a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, for the CIAA.
And I think that was with their new coach. So as far as adjusting, I think the women's basketball team did a great, and are still doing a great job with adjusting with each other, because even with incoming students, so new teammates, they still have to adjust the team, not with just a coach. And so I think they had a great way with their system that they have going on with adjusting, bonding with each other, and kind of working with each other, knowing each other's system and how to play the game, because they're clearly doing it very well.
Yes. And being just an ex-high school basketball player myself, if you do have footage or you need to, you want to create some type of footage or like plays for yourself, that is another opportunity to send to the coaches so that they can review how you play, because I'm not even sure in your area if you're even having a season this year. So if you play travel ball or AAU, ask your coaches to help you put this reel together, that's what they call it, and that will give you an opportunity to brand yourself and also send that to the coaches if you're highly interested. And keep those grades up if you are a student athlete. Can you elaborate more on the psychology program? So with our psychology program, I can actually send you more information. So if you would, or if you have something.
That is one of our most popular majors here at WSSU as far as psychology.
Okay, sorry.
So as far as psychology, that is, like I said, one of our most popular majors. A lot of students do attend like internships. Also study abroad programs are offered through the psychology program as well. So take advantage once you get on campus, and it's not just with the psychology major, any major that you're interested in. Take advantage of any opportunities, internships, study abroad programs that you can that's in your major. Because a lot of those, as you saw earlier, 90% of our students that graduate normally get a job. And I know that's business administration, that's the biggest percentage out of that's getting that number. But all of the students that normally do internships, different programs outside of the school, they normally obtain a job just through networking and staying and doing well in those internships. So with a psychology major, I do know a lot of students, they ended up going to master school as well, or master program, sorry, to receive their master's, because even with that program, I tell students, after getting your undergraduate degree, you can't stop with that major because there's still so much more that you may need to learn, and also just to kind of narrow it down just out of psychology, like what you specifically want to go into as far as that field in psychology.
Most definitely, because there are certifications that you have to have and licensures as well that you are going to have to also continue and keep up with. So if psychology is truly your path, look for the doctoral route as far as your ending plan, because it continues. Could y'all talk a little more about campus life? If you could be a little bit more specific, but I know this is a live session, so.
I mean, as far as what campus life was before, pre-COVID, the students have a lot of opportunities that they'll have on campus where we have Chicken Wednesdays, which is basically an event every week, and Fish Friday. But sometimes normally when it's, the springtime, students will have different functions outside after the CAB. They also host events. I know Week of Welcome is a big rendition. There's a big thing that our students, especially incoming freshmen, normally enjoy. And then homecoming week, there's an event every day for our students to be involved in. So this year, of course, is going to work a little differently because we don't have as, we're social distancing. And then also not as many students are on campus this semester. So campus life, it's not died down, but it's just, of course, we're social distancing right now. But there's a lot of ways that you can still be involved. Some events I do see students having are virtual. So you can still participate in things, So it's really going to be up to the student in order for you to get your experience that you still participate in as much as possible that's going around. But once everything kind of opens back up, I feel that once you get involved in one of those 100+ organizations that we offer, you'll probably be at an event at least every night or at a meeting trying to discuss having an event. So there's always something going on at least each week on our campus.
And that's a key point that Mr. Jones was speaking of. Our students are very active in their own engagement. So once you get here, you will see that for yourself. And we also have fun things such as Food Truck Fridays. So we had that just this last week. So those are definitely opportunities that we bring to the student life and the student camp or the campus life for students. Can you also elaborate on the dental opportunities?
So we have a pre-dental major.
Yes.
So you can major in biology, but as far as the dental, it doesn't go fully in as a dental major, but you can minor in it for pre-dental, but you'll major in biology.
And we actually know one student, Sydney, I forgot her last name,
yes.
but she actually ended up getting an internship immediately in Chicago from the program. So as long as you're a networking and you're doing exactly what you need to do as a student, opportunities open for you for sure. We will help you and guide you to get there. I want to learn more about the nursing program. Again, I will put my contact information up so I can provide more information at a later time. Also, take advantage of our bookings on our website for admissions. This will give you opportunity to have a follow-up discussion with us concerning the nursing program and any other program specific questions that you may have. All right. Is there a public health program?
We do have a healthcare management program, so that's the same as your public health.
Mm-hmm.
It's just called healthcare management, but that'll be your field that you'll take here at WSSU. That'll be similar to public health. Do you all have any interior design majors? We do not have an interior design major here at WSSU.
Yes. But of course, our sister school, North Carolina A&T, has a great one.
Is an honors college offered? So that's the honors program that we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
the Simon Green Atkins Society. So those requirements, if you're a continuing student, you have to have a 3.5 GPA or higher, and then you also have to have 15 credits, which will be, if you take 12, well, normally to be an average student would take 12 credits. So that means you will have to take at least 15 credits in order to qualify to get into the program for the next year or the next semester.
I am also interested in psychology. Is the campus nice? One thing I am big on is environment. Okay, so we already elaborated on the psychology portion, but as far as the campus being nice, as you can see in that video, that virtual reality tour, the campus is beautiful all year long, even on our snow days.
Yes.
And all the hills that we have on our campus, that is really where the fun begins. Class is out, you grab your trash can top or something like that, and being able to have fun on campus. But all jokes aside, we take care of our campus. And it's not as big as some of your other campuses, but it is an opportunity for you to venture out and see what the campus is all about. We do have two sides split by the main street. So if you want to elaborate on what else we have on campus.
I was just going to say for me personally, as far as the campus life, of course, we are an HBCU, so of course you probably heard every HBCU say we're a family environment, but I feel like at Winston, myself attending another HBCU, so seeing this HBCU and how the family environment is so much different because it's so intimate. Like we talked about earlier, the student rate is 5,000, so we'll have like at least 5,000 students on campus. So it's small, but that means you're able to interact with people. Now, the campus size and the number of students we have do not compare because I think the campus is bigger than the students that we have. So it gives you a bigger campus feel, but just with less students. And like I said, you get that family interactiveness with the students because especially now, the students are not all together, but the classroom sizes are a little bit bigger than 16 to 1 student ratio, but they're in the auditorium. So I feel like this also gives students a chance to kind of feel what it is to be at a bigger school or university, but understand maybe the pros and cons that those students may deal with, but that we may have to deal with it now.
And when you were saying environment, I was actually thinking demographics.
No, you're fine.
Yes. So also just to elaborate on that, when I was thinking demographics, we actually have a trail right behind our campus as well that a lot of students utilize if you're looking to just bike because you can rent bikes. Yes, you actually can rent bikes on our campus. So that gives you an opportunity to stay active as well. And so that intimate level that we have and opportunities that we have to engage with one another, you find a lot of your lifelong friends here. So as far as their environment, it's all about what you make it. All right, I am also interested, okay, we already asked that, my apologies. How was the astronomy program?
We do not have an astronomy program at WSSU. I apologize.
Yes. Are the dorms small?
So the residence halls vary. So as far as a freshman, normally you're given a regular size dorm where there's 2 bedrooms, a community bathroom. Some freshmen that'll be in the honors program will be in a different dorm and maybe set up the same way, or it could be suite style, just depending on where the honors program is hauled that year. But of course, once you become an upperclassman, and normally junior or senior, the dorms that are offered to you are a little bit more nicer, as you would say, as far as a suite style or setup style is more of apartment style. And then also you can move off campus your junior and senior year. So as far as the residence hall, they're very nice. We just had a residence hall built 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So that is a freshman dorm that is really, really nice. So a lot of our freshman students enjoy staying there. So the residence hall, you also can check out those residence hall and visuals of what they look like in the inside on our website. They have a virtual tour of the residence halls as well.
Awesome. All right, what is the minimum requirement for GPA?
So GPA, the average is 2.8, but the minimum requirement is a 2.5. Now, when you reach the 2.5, between 2.5 and 2.79, as we explained on the PowerPoint, it kind of goes deeper where we look at the course rigor, which we look at if you have a 2.8, but then also your class ranking as well. So there's a percentile that you have to meet in order if you have that 2.5 to 2.79. But for students that are taking the SAT or ACT, if you do have those test scores, if you fall in between the 2.5, 2.79, the test score could help you if you meet the minimum requirement for SAT and ACT. I know SAT, if you have it, we'll take it. It has to be a 1010 or higher. And then ACT, it has to be in 18?
19.
19,
yeah.
Sorry, 19 or higher. But yes, so if you have those test scores and like I said, you fall in between that 2.5, 2.79 category, you can submit an SAT or ACT so that we can look further into your application for an admissions decision.
All right, are y'all doing any campus tours right now? We are not. So the virtual campus tour that we showed earlier is really the only campus tour that we're providing at the moment, but hopefully as the world continues to open up, we will open up those opportunities for on-campus and guided campus tours. And you can always come in your free time. This is a public and open campus. So if you would like to just roam around, please with your mask, of course. This will give you opportunity to see it firsthand for yourself. Or if you want to come out for a weekend, we would love to have you.
If you're in the National Honor Society in high school, does that help in any way at WSSU? So the National Honor Society that you're in high school, that'll help as far as your organization that you've been a part of. Of course, that will assist you in that realm, but as far as to get into the university, that's not going to hinder you from getting into university if you have or are being a part of the National Honor Society program. But that is something that'll be good to have to your resume so that we know what organization that you were involved in while you were in high school.
Do you know anything about the transfer process for early college students? It's the same process as a freshman. The only difference is you will need to, and if anybody who is not necessarily in the early college, but has taken any community college courses, you would need to submit your community college transcript, the final transcript, of course. And this way we can get your credits articulated to see if they will go towards your degree work. Most of the time, if you're in early college, they will transfer over to our institution, and this will go towards your freshman credits. And sometimes students come in as a second semester freshman if you have taken that many community college courses, but it's really that simple, just submitting your community college transcripts to the institution. All right, how's the education program? We are known and founded on our education program. So if you're looking to do teaching, we have early childhood, and we also have birth to kindergarten and then teaching itself. So if you're looking to be a teacher, we will help you pass or get your teacher licensure through our institution. It's very hands-on as far as our education program. You can major in education and also minor in the subject that maybe you want to teach. So that is also another way to kind of think of things. And along that line, if you do have a major and you don't mind the workload, look into having a minor as well, because your hard work now will pay off in the end. So yeah, just as far as the major and minor, and then with the education, it's a wonderful program. If it's something that I missed, you just.
No, I think you said all birth to kindergarten, elementary, secondary, and then teaching.
And
we also have the certificate program
Yep.
for it, because we know some people have had to enroll because they needed that in order to, still sustain their job. So we do have a certificate program. Like she said, we were founded, we were a teachers college. That's what we started off as. So all education majors here are offered at WSSU.
And we do have a daycare on campus, so that would give you an opportunity, and it is early childhood, so that would give you an opportunity to get some hours in as far as maybe an internship or volunteer work, just to see if this is the major that is best created for you. So we're running kind of low on time, so let's kind of get through some more of these questions.
So someone asked, you can only move out as a junior or senior. So normally your sophomore year, they would ask for you to stay on campus. Sometimes they do give you the leeway of moving off campus so that freshmen can have housing. But the freshman year is the only year that I do know for certain that you are qualified to stay on campus like you are. That's a recommendation unless you stay 25 miles away from campus. But sophomore, junior, and senior year, you can move off campus. Do you have a music program? We have a music production major and we have a music minor, but we don't have a music major. We have choir. As far as vocal, and that'll be as far as the music. So you definitely can major in that. How are the IB classes viewed compared to AP? So as far as on your transcript, when we're looking at those classes that you're taking, we're looking to see if you pass those courses. It's going to reflect on your GPA as far as the IB and AP on those courses. So that's what we're looking for as far as course rigor. Which is the challenges that you took with your courses, and then also GPA.
Are the classes a challenge? College in itself is a challenge when it comes to just balance. If you apply yourself, I guess it could be a challenge, but if you apply yourself, it should not be. And if you need any help, we also have tutoring opportunities from our Student Success Center. We also have student workers that will also administer tutoring opportunities for you as well. So it really depends on what program that you're looking to go into, how knowledgeable you are about the subject. So anything could really be a challenge, but the biggest challenge is just the balance of the social life on campus, as well as going to your courses and making sure that you're maintaining the great connections and networking opportunities on our campus. So that's really the challenge, is just balancing everything that's going on around you. How about the students that graduate from high school early?
For me, if the student hasn't graduated high school early, before actually graduating early, make sure that all did it cut off?
Oh.
No.
You guys can continue with the question.
I'm sorry, it's recorded. Okay, I'm sorry.
How about the students that graduate high school early? So I normally don't suggest for students to graduate early unless they meet all minimum course requirements for the university they plan on attending, and also make sure that their GPA is where it needs to be. So with that GPA and also minimum course requirements, just make sure that you've taken your fourth math, and it's higher than Algebra 2, that your Spanishes are consecutive, that you have every science that's needed. And even when it comes to social science, US history, and or American history. Because students that normally graduate early, when we review those applications, those are normally the problems that we run into, because students they've already graduated. So the next step for them to do is go to community college to try to get the course, but then at that point, you might as well look as a transfer student. So then there's another different step. So if you're planning on graduating high school early, just make sure that you meet, for any university that you plan on applying to, you meet those minimum course requirements, or that you meet those the GPA as well.
And that's great what Mr. Jones has said, as well as it's no rush. So take that opportunity to take some college courses, community college courses, so that you can transfer those in, but make sure that you have not graduated prior to taking those courses. And the last question that we have is, do you all have a law program? We have justice studies, so that will align with your law program, so to speak. And as far as the preparing you for what you need to do to take your educational journey to the next level.
No, we don't have a law school.
But we don't have a law school, just to clarify.
We just have a justice studies program.
Yes. All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for presenting. I want to give you guys a pat on the back. You guys had amazing questions to answer, these panelists, and our panelists answered pretty much every single one on the money. So way to go, guys. Thanks for joining us, those with us. When you do close this window, there will be a very quick link with 4 questions for a survey, and we appreciate any feedback you give us. Also, just like this session, many sessions are being hosted now through the next couple of weeks. So be sure to sign up for as many as you can. And like this one, they will all be recorded, and you can find all of these recordings as well as signing up for all of these sessions at CACRAO, CACRAO.org. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you all. Oh.